In this view, the fundamental unit of society is not the latke-hamentash, but the dyad. Aha, you may object. This view can never do justice to the facts of society. It restricts society to the intimate and subjective. It captures only the pianissimos of social life. Where is the public dimension, the objective structures? My friends, the theory of the dyad is saved by the addition of one factor, the third party. With the transformation of the dyad into the triad, one has an intellectual construct that can do justice to the widest range of social facts imaginable. Triangulation in families, triple ententes, tricolor flags, and so on. But more, the weakness of the latke-hamentash conception of society is it submerges the personality under a crust of communal obligations and constraints. The triadic conception, on the other hand, shows us society in a public form, yet at the same time preserves the perception of the irrepressible corners of individuality. It represents a delicious synthesis whereby one can have one's cake of sociology and eat one's cake of individuality too. The triadic conception of society thus has a certain edge over that of the latke-hamentash. This solution, however, remains vulnerable to the charge of being overly speculative. How do you counter the charge that the triadic conception of society is nothing but a phantom of the brain? Well, there is one way to counter this question, and Durkheim showed us the way. So, are you ready?
I'll start with an easy question. What year is this?
2003, correct.
In what year was Emil Durkheim born? Pardon?
58.
Which 58? 1858. Correct. Okay. What happens when you subtract 1858 from 2003? 145. Cook for what? Mem for 4, and 5 is hay. Cook, mem, hay. That's it. I had it in my office. We took Kuf Mem Hay and threw it into the computer. And we did every possible combination and permutation, and nothing good came out. So undaunted, we tried 144, 146, 147, was about to give up. And someone said, try adding 3 points to 145. And what do you get? Yes! Book, ma'am, head, something like that. Kema. Hema. Hema. And my good colleague over here, what did you tell me? Hey, Kemach in Florida. Kemach means flower. That means what? That means that 1858 is the crucial year. And there is the solution to our problem.
it up.
Forget you didn't see. Because you thought you were done with 1858. But that's not the only great sociologist who was born in 1858. There was another. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? Who else was born in 1858?
Zimmel.
Zimmel. So what does that tell us?
That tells us that, given that fact, we must now take the solutions of Durkheim and Zimmel, the Latke-Hamantash and the Triad, as equally valid. Equally valid, that is the conclusion I came to again and again. Having reached this point, I saw no way of cutting through this knotty problem with the tools then at my disposal. That was the point at which I realized that sociology by itself was not enough. For an instrument sharp enough to cut through this knotty problem, I went to Japan to study the arts of the samurai. Now, what is the most important thing about being a samurai? The most important virtue of the samurai is not whether you win or lose, but how you dress. And although my grasp of the subtleties of the samurai dress ceremony may be only half-baked, I have come sufficiently far along the way to understand its basic structure. Before unveiling my breakthrough on that question with you, let us pause to consider the ways of Asian epistemology. Many Asian traditions reject the logocentric cast of Western culture in favor of what is sensed with direct immediacy in the present moment. So I ask you now, just for a moment, to bracket the verbalisms you are used to on this campus and just be present in the moment. So I'm going to ask you all to close your eyes. Close your eyes and just be in the moment. Feel the emptiness. Feel the emptiness in your stomach. Out of your empty stomach, there will emerge a form that gives us the